Check one, two, check one, two, check one, two. What is up, guys? Here it is, your boy Kagi, back at it again with a new video. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get involved with the zkSync network. This is a huge network, and an airdrop is coming very, very soon. It could be soon in a couple months. It could be soon in a year. It could be soon in 2 months. Who knows? The whole point here is that you need to start interacting with this network so that you can potentially get an airdrop. We actually don't know what are the requirements for you to get the airdrop. Usually airdrops do not have the requirements in your face. They don't want you to know because then people will bought it, etc., etc. But we do have the requirements for the Airdrop network because it already happened. So we get to see what were the requirements for you to get the airdrop in Arbitrum. I personally got 20,000 Arbitrum tokens across many different wallets by interacting with different contracts, by bridging a lot of money into Arbitrum. So I'm going to teach you how to get involved with zkSync and potentially get that airdrop. So let's jump right into the Arbitrum. So in this wallet right here, I actually didn't hit every single point. So as you can see, if I bridged money into Arbitrum, I got a check mark. If I made transactions during 2 distinct months, I get a check mark. If I were to do 6 months, I would have gotten a check mark. And if I would have done 9 months, I would have gotten a check mark. So right here as well, the frequency of the transactions, you have conducted more than 4 transactions with more than 4 smart contracts. So those more smart contracts you interact with, the higher the chance for you to be able to get this airdrop. It's very important for you to find projects, find the right projects that you actually believe that they're going to blow up in zkSync so that you don't only get the airdrop, but you also get the upside from those projects blowing up. So on Arbitrum, I actually aped into a few projects that I actually believed in, and it actually worked out, but it could have gone the other way. I could have lost that money and still gotten my airdrop. So it's very important for you to kind of do your research into what projects you're actually interested in. Now, in this channel, we are a gaming channel, so I'm going to give you some of the gaming projects, but also it is important for you to interact with DeFi. So let's jump right into it. First thing you want to do is actually bridge funds into the zkSync ecosystem. So just like any other blockchain that is compatible with Ethereum, it's actually very simple. You're going to go to the bridge right here. I'm going to leave the link down below. You're going to connect your MetaMask. And once you connect your MetaMask, you can actually go from Ethereum mainnet into zkSync. Once you do that, then now you want to find projects. So to start with, we're going to start with ecosystem.zkSync. This is kind of the best way at the beginning to get to know the ecosystem. And the way I want to do it is to actually go for projects that are only zkSync native. Because there are projects like Balancer, like 1inch, like Anchor, and all of these projects that come from many other blockchains and they're not native. So the upside is not that big. These projects are already huge. So you might put some money in there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get some upside on your token. So at the same time, like I said, you want to hit those requirements, but you also want to make money as you're investing in new projects. And this is not financial advice by any means. So the first project that I did on DeFi was Mute. So Mute.io is basically something like Uniswap, but it's native. It's native to the zk ecosystem. Now, because this is native, because it still doesn't have the same amount of hype as Uniswap and other swaps like SushiSwap, it still has a lot of upside. So if we actually go to DeFiLlama.com, this is a great website to actually find new projects. And you can choose right here the blockchain. For example, I go to zkSync era, boom. And as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you shouldn't take this as face value. You shouldn't take this as these projects are vetted. You have to do your own research. But a good way to kind of understand if these projects are scams or they're good projects is actually to look at the TVL. The TVL is a total value locked. How much money is in those protocols? So when I look at Mute, I go to Mute.io, it has $8 million inside that DeFi protocol. So I actually clicked on it and I look at the graph. I go to CoinGecko, and then on top of that, I see what is the fully diluted valuation. Now, this is actually pretty low, 50 million fully diluted valuation for a project that is a first mover on the zkSync ecosystem. So this could potentially go to 300 million, 400 million, 500 million fully diluted valuation. If you compare this to something like Uniswap, for example, Uniswap has, I don't know, like 6 billion fully diluted valuation, and total value locked is $1.13 billion. If you compare this to Mute with only 8 million total value locked, I mean, Mute has a lot of potential, right? Not financial advice again. So what I did was, the first thing, I entered the app and I bought some Mute with my Ethereum. So I went ahead like this. I went ETH, and then I selected Mute, and I bought some of that Mute. So right there, you're already interacting with the blockchain. And if we go back to the Arbitrum airdrop, one of the first things is actually bridging money, right, into the Arbitrum ecosystem. But in this case, bridging money to zkSync. Now, transactions, right? How frequent are your transactions? So I'm gonna make sure I'm frequently moving money around, right? I don't want to move money around at a loss, so because that's pretty dumb. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna inject more money into the zkSync ecosystem, and when I see Mute at a reasonable price where I made a little bit of money, I'll take it out. I'll go into another DeFi protocol, or I could go into a gaming protocol, right? So let's take a look at the games, right? So far, there's not a lot of games on zkSync, but there is one called Tavira. Tavira is actually a great ecosystem. I actually made a video yesterday, so you can take a look at that. It should pop up on the top right. And this one does not have their token out yet. So very soon, they're going to put it on the mainnet, and you're going to be able to actually play the games in this ecosystem and actually mint a citizen ID, as you can see right here. You're going to be able to mint this. And once you mint this, that's another interaction with the blockchain. Also, they have NFTs that you can buy, right? You can mint Guardians, which is basically the characters for this game. That's another interaction. And just like that, you start interacting with the ecosystem, start getting to know the ecosystem from the gaming side, from the DeFi side, and you start playing around. You start playing around with money. Obviously, the more money you play around with, the higher the chance. As you can see right here on the Arbitrum airdrop, if your transaction values were 10,000, 50,000, 250,000, these were actually points for you to get more Arbitrum tokens. So the more money you actually move in these ecosystems, the more airdrop or potential airdrop you're going to get. Now, there's a lot of threads on Twitter from people that are very experienced in the market, and they actually teach you how to get this airdrop. So it's basically exactly what I'm telling you, but they give you different dApps, they give you different ways to do it. So as you can see right here, the first way this guy is teaching us is actually using the bridge that I showed you at the beginning. That's one way. And he says right here to actually use 2 additional bridges. So bridge money from Orbiter.finance and Rhino.fi, right? That's an example. Interact with Space Finance. Space Finance is another DeFi protocol. So trade money with Space Finance, for example, SyncSwap.xyz. So it's basically an app.mute. I just showed you this one. So the more you interact, the better chances you're going to have to get more airdrops, providing liquidity, staking tokens, etc., etc. The more contracts you interact with, the more airdrops you're going to get, and the more money you actually bridge and play around with in the ecosystem, the more airdrop you're supposed to get. Now, this is not 100%. It's not 100%. Nobody really knows. Just have fun. Just make sure you learn how to interact with this ecosystem, because this ecosystem is going to be huge and you don't want to be last in this ecosystem, because usually the first movers in these ecosystems, they blow up massively. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys go to our website, thejuiceteam.io. We are a gaming organization. We provide content. We play with the community. We actually have a founder's key NFT, and this founder's key NFT gives you access to many, many features. So make sure you check it out. And if you do check it out and you like what we offer, make sure you join our Discord. And even if you don't buy the NFT, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you join our Discord. Let's play games together. Web3 gaming only in this channel. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the #1 Web3 gaming channel in the world. I'll see you guys soon.